I know I have mentioned Fred before being a Royal Palm turkey, but I thought I would give you a little more uh, history on the Royal Palm. They actually bred with the wild turkeys. They believe that they came from um, the United Kingdom and they were bred with um, Narragettis and I didn't say that right, but they're also from the bronze and black Narragettis, and I still didn't say the word right, and wild turkeys. The and they do believe that they came from the United Kingdom. They first saw them in Enoch Carson, uh, Lake Worth, Texas, Florida, and that they were actually developed more for just um, looks than for meat. Are they only get around 22 pounds. The hens get around uh, 16 pounds, and but they are good egg layers. From everything that I've looked up, they lay between 150 to almost 200 eggs a year, which is actually more than your average heritage turkey, which also the Holland Whites are also large egg layers, and they are also a smaller bird, but they are much larger than the Royal Palm turkeys. They use them for ornamental reasons, the Royal Palms, and for exhibition. They take them to fairs and different things. The kings and queens would keep them around in their yards for the looks because of their beauty. But turkeys usually aren't kept for eggs. They're more or less kept for meat. But these are not really a meat bird. They are just for looks. But to me, a 22-pound turkey is probably big enough. Of course, it probably, once the feathers and legs and head and entrails are gone, then the turkey probably only weighs maybe around 20 pounds or even 18 pounds, which is fine. That's still a large bird, and it's still, make a nice Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. Also, we have what are called the bourbon red turkeys. They also are a large egg layer. These here are your bourbon red turkeys. And you can see they have the white tails with feathers. So, and they are also a very large egg laying bird. They also lay around 180 eggs a year. These guys are really, they come in close. They're not afraid of me. I believe I have 3 males and a female. This one, that one right there is a female. The one looking at me right here. That's the female, and these other 3 are males. You can see she is much smaller than the rest. So, and those three there are very large. These birds get up to about 30 pounds. So they are a very large turkey. Also, I have the Native Americans also raised turkeys, believe it or not. They kept them around, and they kept more of the males around than the females. They kept them around for their feathers because their feathers were great for their headdresses. They used their bones for tools, and they also used them. So even way before the first Thanksgiving, in 1622 I think it was, they kept turkeys. They raised them and kept them. I imagine they kept them in certain areas for breeding. They probably used their eggs as well. I know they would go and get beehives, and they would cook with the beehives and all. So they used a lot of natural things. They didn't only use just the turkey feathers. They used the eagle feathers, hawk feathers also for their headdresses and their clothing. They would use the feathers for like stitching their clothes together. That they got also for their, to stitch their tents together, their teepees. They would stretch out the hides and process them, and then they would stitch them together and use, so they would have like one large sheet, just like us, sewing a piece of cloth together. They would use the bones for needles to sew their clothing. They used them also in different types of tools. They used them for certain ones they used for like combing their hair. And they would use some of the bones for braiding into their hair. They used them for necklaces, breastplates. They used them in ceremonies and all. So they also kept turkeys. Now the wild turkey, they never did say how many eggs a wild turkey would lay per year, but they also said that their life expectancy isn't as long as a domesticated turkey. Of course, we keep ours in pens. We keep them away from predators, to where that wild turkeys live amongst the predators, and their chicks are, prey to hawks and fox, coyotes, to where we try and keep our chicks more under control. And I have seen a lot of these domesticated turkeys raise their own chicks, but they'll start out with several and wind up with just a few because of the predators. You can see they're losing their head feathers. They're starting to look more like turkeys than little chickens. And they're talking. I heard a couple of them today trying to make their other little noises, and it was really funny listening to them. You can see this one back here. He's a little bigger than the rest. So I'm thinking that one back there that's coming this direction now, I'm thinking that she's a hen as well. But I'm not positive. She is a little bit smaller than the two males, but I do know that this one here is a female because she is so much smaller. And that one back there, you can see that his nose model, or whatever they call that, I have to look that up. I'm not much on turkeys. I mean, it's been a while. And so, but you can see that it's much longer than hers, and much longer than that one there, and much longer than that one. So maybe we have 3 hens and a rooster, or a tom. That would be nice. I think I would like that better than 4 toms and 1 hen. That other one that back there with him is pretty good size, but I don't know if that one here, he's developing faster than the rest. But you can see he's even acting more like a tom, fanning out his tail feathers and bobbing his head in like he was, fluffing himself out. So it could be a possibility that we do have 3 hens and a tom. That would be nice. Anyway, that's a little bit of the history on turkeys. And we'll check these guys out again here shortly. But I'm really hoping that that is just 1 tom and these others are hens. Please subscribe, push the notification bell, push the like button, and make a comment. Your comments help my channel, and the like button helps, and subscribers help. But have a great day, and we will catch you on the flip side.